Good morning, everybody. This is the third time I filmed this video. It's gonna be one of those days. Welcome back to your mat. Here to answer a question from one of my followers on Facebook. How do I step my foot between my hands? I can't get it done. Oh boy, this is a challenge and I totally feel you. It's taken me, 5 years to figure out how to do this in my body. So for people in bigger bodies, sometimes the challenge is your belly gets in the way. Sometimes the girls get in the way. Your hips are really tight, so it's hard to step the foot through. That's usually a common issue. Your abs aren't strong enough because part of your step through comes from your abdominal wall, having the energy and the power to step that foot through. So these are some of the strategies you want to work on in your practice to get strong enough to do this. It's taken me a really long time to get here. So don't think that this happened for me overnight. I do have to admit, I do have some genetic privilege. I have really open hips and I have really strong abs, and I continue to work at them in my practice. So this makes this still a challenge, but a challenge I can manage. So I'm gonna show you what I do. So I'm gonna come to the mat to down dog. Okay, coming straight to down dog, lifting the sitting bones up and back, rooting down from my fingertips. My feet are 2 fists width apart. I'm rolling my heels back. What you'll need is to be able to shift your hips forward. And I get this question all the time. I don't understand what you mean by shifting your hips. What I mean by shifting your hips is, if you notice, my hips are up in the sky. When I come forward to plank, I'm shifting them forward. That's the action that you want to do when you're doing the step through. Okay, the hips have to come forward. If you just step the foot, you're gonna get stuck. Do you see? Step your foot forward. This is maybe as far as you'll get. My hips haven't moved. What I do is I like to lift my leg nice and high. Look, I'm shifting my weight forward when I come. Shift and step. Now, I'm not so attached to where my foot lands. It doesn't have to land in the middle of the mat for me. It can't, my body gets in the way. So I come to the edge of the mat. And then if you need to, you can always just heel toe your foot in and come up. The idea is not to be attached to this exact aesthetic of the pose that may or may not work in your body. So the idea is to adjust the asana to fit you. Not all asanas created equally. Not all bodies are built the same. So I think it's unrealistic for us to expect that we all can step our foot through our hands. Let's try it again. So, up onto the toes, spread the fingertips, and then lift up nice and high. See what I'm doing? I even can externally rotate the hip a little bit to get a little more action. And then I'm going to shift. See, weight forward. I'm going to shift as I step. And when I do that, I even get further forward. So from here, I can heel toe in if I want to be more centered toward the mat. But the truth of the matter is, the wider I am, the better stability I have in this pose. So, that's the step through for me. My challenge to you is to try this at home. Roll out your yoga mat and give it a try. See what happens, right? And then adjust the asana for your body. There's no rule that says you can't, okay? So I hope you find this helpful. Keep the questions coming, I love them. And if you want more tips and tricks like this, join Amber and myself for our online teacher training called Yoga for All Training. We do tons of stuff like this, and registration's closing on Sunday. So I hope to see you there. Thanks, everybody.